very dark
It is super
animated
dark
movie for Disney.
for
And
Disney.
it had
There's some cool animation in it too.
The
did
only
have some cool
redeeming quality
animation in it.
about it is William Hurt doing the voice.
William
of,
Hurt doing the voice of the
Lich
king.
dude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Lich King.
That was cool, but like everything else about the movie, like who was the shitty sidekick animal character? Like
Gurgi.
yeah, Gurgi. Gurgi alone makes that he's like a worse version of Jar Jar. He is insufferable.
He's like a worse version of that critter from the Punky Brewster animated series.
See, you're bringing up stuff like you can't describe a
Glomer,
really
that's what his
vague
name.
thing from the 80s with a really vague thing from the 80s.
Or an even
That's
vaguer
true.
thing, yeah.
It's the pre-show, everybody, where we talk about what we're going to do on the show. We're just having a little bit of fun talking about terrible things that should be terrible. We started talking about Howard the Duck because George Lucas has had a worse career
Than Steven Spielberg.
I know. I don't know how we got there, but that was the chain of events as I
Dinosaur
was
toys.
getting ready.
Dinosaur toys.
Oh, yeah, dinosaur toys. Yeah. And I did actually start that. So.
Yeah, dinosaur toys. Yep.
I think I've shared the show around enough. Let me find another thing. Hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Yes, thank you for hanging
While I'm
out.
just lazying around during the pre-show. All right, the show was shared out. Man.
It finally is up on
Good-looking group of
YouTube
guys.
so that I may go ahead and promote it.
This is the part of the show, again, where we talk about what we're going to do on the show. Do we want to talk about NFTs on the show? Do you guys even know what those are?
What are
I know
those?
what that
You
is.
will have to enlighten me.
Not non-fungible tokens. It's basically a virtual certificate of authentication for a digital piece of artwork.
That sounds
I would
There's
have
like
nothing
big
to
news.
contribute. if we
Sounds
talked
like
about that.
DRM for
It's
for just
Bitcoin.
random-
It's Bitcoin for
Bitcoin for
for pieces of art. Basically, Bitcoin is a fungible token, right? If I have a receipt for 1 Bitcoin, I can exchange that for any piece of Bitcoin that's on the internet.
There's an altcoin. There's an altcoin for everything.
Oh
now.
yeah, this isn't a coin though. This is a non-fungible token where my piece of paper or my digital certificate of authentication says that I own this digital media. That is mine. I own it.
That sounds like it could be pretty useful for like creators, like people who do like web comics or
Terrible
just,
for the
like,
environment.
art.
Yeah.
Well,
Terrible for the environment. Al Jaffe's 100th birthday. We'll talk about the master for a little bit. We got 2 Pride books that were announced, one from DC and one from Marvel. We will contrast and compare. Perhaps in terms of the actual books that are coming out from these publishers that highlight LGBTQ plus community instead of just, hey, here's our
contribution for the
our
month.
token book for the month. Yeah. And then more fun stuff. Planet Size X-Men. We'll talk about the Hellfire Gala and how that's going to work. Heroes Reborn.
Planet
More
Size
news there,
X-Men.
of course. Planet Size X-Men.
Yeah, planet.
Man, I got a lot of shit. There's a new-
Unicron-sized X-Men.
There's a new Checkmate book.
He's not
from
part of the
Bendis
Marvel
and
universe
Believe
anymore.
coming out. There's a new Batman Reptilian, it's called, on Black Label from Ennis and Liam Sharp. What? We're going to talk about that. And it's a big week for other media. We are going to have a Snyder Cut Falcon Winter Soldier sort of preview.
Showdown.
Hype session.
I am hyped. Yeah.
Get hyped. Get hyped. I got some dope food news. It is Pie Day. I'll talk about that as well as it's green food news because St. Patty's Day is coming. No moment of destruction this week because there were no G.I. Joe or Transformers books from IDW. But I dug through some old boxes again, and I will show off some swag, some very hard to find swag, as I have learned.
Oh, okay.
And then top 3. It was a weird week for comics for me, dude. I have 2 DC books on my top 3 this week.
I have one of my top 3. And it was one that I was expecting to hate.
I'm excited to see because it was a very weird week, man.
For me, there was a lot of stuff I liked, but nothing I really loved this week.
Yeah.
You know?
I went so far as to pick up a Marvel book.
Whoa!
That's big for you. David branching out to the most popular publisher over here.
I know, right? No shit. So anyway, in the future, obviously, we do this show every week. The Monday night preview show where we talk about all the new books coming out later that week. But later this month is scheduled for the 23rd now. That's a Tuesday, right? I didn't screw up I'll look later. second to last Tuesday of the month. Geekterion Collection Akira. The best of the best of the best.
Kaneda!
Tetsuo!
Okay. I noticed that in the movie. Tetsuo was always
Did you know?
His
Did you
girlfriend,
know
whatever.
that the voice actor in the English version, the original English version of Akira for Kaneda was the same voice actor that did Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
That's kind of neat.
Tubular. That's tubular.
Do you think Akira is the most
that.
referenced anime movie of all time?
Akira?
Pretty much.
Probably. I think it's the most popular, man.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff like Dragon Ball Z or whatever is probably more like referenced overall.
Sure,
but like it's just a movie, probably Akira, right?
There's a lot more hours of Dragon Ball Z.
Akira was a cultural tour de force from Japan. It had so many companies putting in time and effort and money into.
They had to give them a name. The Akira Corp, the Akira. I have it upstairs. I have it in my notes, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but
anyway, come back for that, David. You can't do it now.
Okay.
You can't do the show now.
Okay.
I want you to be there if you can make it.
What time will this be?
It's probably 7:30ish. I know it's a little late.
7:30ish. Okay.
Come on, use PTO. Have your priorities straight. Anyway, also later this month, we are doing another top 5. The Comic Book Bullies will be there. They might be there for Akira too. I know Eli will most definitely be there. I think he's a big fan of Akira. Anyway, top 5 TV shows. And this is a no holds barred, no limit. I mean, you could put Reading Rainbow on there. You could put The Price is Right on there. I don't give a shit. You can put a soap opera.
I've been considering putting a game show.
I am putting a game show. Not
get my top
Right.
3 nailed down. I might do Price is Right. It is my favorite
Jeopardy
game
on
show.
there.
I like Jeopardy.
I would probably put Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Oh, that's a good one too.
That's a great show too.
That's a good show.
Can we do animated shows?
And it's all wide open, bro.
Oh gosh,
I got an animated show on my list.
Oh,
I don't think I have an animated show.
I'd have 2.
Well, Adam just guessed it, so no spoilers.
Oh, what was it? What did you guess? The Simpsons?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, well, I could have guessed that if I'd have really.
That's good. That's a good pick. But I would have.
I'm considering a second animated show. It's probably going to end up in the top 5.
That's dope.
I would be a toss up between Rick and Morty and the Venture Brothers.
Oh, that's a good one. Rick and Morty. I could see that on my.
Venture Brothers is pretty good too.
Venture Brothers.
Robot Chicken. Yeah.
Venture Brothers, I think, is underrated. Honestly,
South Park. You know, there's just so much of it.
Up and down.
But there's so much of it, dude. It's
there
like
is so much of it.
It's like The Simpsons. You can't argue with putting The Simpsons.
Yeah, but The Simpsons.
Well,
I don't know. I can argue with it nowadays because it's
that's a way. Like
I would put if I had a
how
choice,
you approach it, right? Like in terms of like meaning, The Simpsons is hard to beat. Yeah. But Adam's right that it's been spread so thin now that you're going to see a lot more mediocrity. At this point, you know, it's a lot of peaks and valleys now.
It is.
If I was to do, I wouldn't do The Simpsons, but I would probably put Futurama on there.
Oh, that's a good one too. I love that show.
Pound for pound, it's a better show than The Simpsons.
Oh, way better. But let's get into this. We'll be doing those later this month. Let's do.
I might come back.
Oh, David with a preview. I might come back.
I might come back.
Don't tease everybody. Don't tease everybody. I put the banner up. I love that.
You need to get the video of you when you did the cold bucket challenge.
That video sucks.
But your your hair bounces back fantastic.
Watching your hair regenerate is a sight to behold.
Gomer's power is the same as Medusa.
Greetings, geeks. Welcome back to another episode of this Geek in Comics, Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
I'm Gomer, Adam Normal Taylor, aka David. What's up, guys? Yeah, that was from last week's Comic Book Bullies. That was actually a picture in my memories. And that fullness of the afro is only like a 3 or 4 month window before the weight of the hair itself ruins the overall, point to brushing it out and getting it all hyped. So I shared that, and then
you were rocking the dandelion look there, man.
No, it's funny because they were reviewing Coming to America 2, and because he did that, and then Leroy was like, and this episode brought to you by Soul Glow. And then he popped my picture up there, and then it's them just laughing their asses off. Dude, I rewound that 3 or 4 times when I rewatched the.
Gomer doesn't have to wear a Spaceballs helmet.
Yeah, it's automatic. It's automatic. Anyway, what's going on, guys? I have nothing going on. It's Pie Day today. That's all I have.
It is.
Pie Day.
Segment 1. Talk about anything we want. Segment 1 is Pie Day. What's your favorite pie? Kind of pie?
Key lime.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I'll be boring and say apple.
That's fine.
I like myself a chocolate pie.
That's
nice. Oh, come on. Key lime pie was like a mile high meringue.
No, you're not. You can't talk people. Pie is like politics. Okay, you can't talk people into just changing their politics. You have to give them a slice of their politics and say, "Here, take a bite," and then they'll decide. I'm a blueberry pie guy.
Blueberry is pretty good.
There's lots of good. You can't go wrong with pie, honestly. There's all sorts of good ones.
There's also bad ones. What about savory pie? Pizza pie, of course, but yeah, there's some rhubarb pie. Holy shit!
Oh no, not rhubarb pie, but strawberry rhubarb pie is good.
No,
but you have to really work it
in it.
It's so strange to me to think that, like, you know, if you go overseas, when you say pie, most people assume you're talking about a meat pie. Like, we're like the only place in the world where it's first and foremost, like, you know, a confectionery item.
The metric system we do not like here. Okay, savory pies and the metrics and common sense. We do not care for those things here.
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't know. I do like myself a pot pie every once in a while.
I love a pot pie, man. I love a pot pie.
But that's not the thing that comes to mind when you think of pie, is it?
Yeah, but
no, not at all. It's dessert, you know.
Yeah,
is what you think of.
But
not pizza either.
I've been fiddling with the metric system for a while, and I have grown to appreciate
that's what Dave's taking from this. We're having this amazing conversation.
Who the fuck fiddled around with the metric system?
I've been doing
that even mean?
I've been working on a lot of 3D modeling, and it's easier to do it in metric than it is to do it in inches.
Of course, it is. Everything's
easier
in the metric system.
It's science.
That's why everyone else uses it.
I also got into not even a discussion, just sort of like this brief sort of commentary on people's favorite Superman and Batman stories, right? I bet if we had the science, we have it out there, but us as individuals, if we had it, we could base a fairly accurate personality test based on a person's favorite Batman and Superman stories.
Yeah, maybe.
That's probably true.
Maybe. I would love to do that. We need to find some experts and tell them do it out of
the person's taste in media will reflect how they think in real life. So
I would say All-Star Superman and The Killing Joke.
All-Star Superman's probably my favorite Superman. I might also throw in Superman for All Seasons. I like that one a lot too.
That's a good one.
It's between those two at least. For Batman,
I'm honestly not as read of a Superman reader, so I can't really give you.
You should catch up, man. Search out the best ones and
All-Star is great.
Yeah, Red Sun is good.
Oh yeah, Red Sun's good.
Red Sun.
With Batman, I feel like I go back and forth between Long Halloween, Dark Knight Returns, or Year One.
Long Halloween's my favorite.
Killing Joke gets no love, man.
Killing Joke is pretty good, but yeah, it would be like Dark Knight Returns. At least the first one.
Killing Joke hasn't really aged very well for me. It's I don't know. It's
part of it. It doesn't work anymore. It's so broken. Even this week in books, they were talking about shit that happened in The Killing Joke that for some reason are back.
Yep.
We'll talk about it in reviews. Anything else, guys? Anything else cool happened that you need to mention? That you need to talk about?
Oh, I got my first vaccine, Joe.
Oh, dope. What kind did you get? Everyone's,
apparently it was Moderna. So
nice.
Well, that's still good. You only have to take the one dose.
Yeah. I don't know the difference.
I still need the second dose. I
don't know the difference
for that one.
It kind of feels like you're starting Pokemon. Which vaccine did you get? It's like you're starting Pokemon. It's weird.
Moderna, I choose you.
Pokemon always presents a choice. Here, you just take the first one you can get.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how
the best vaccine is the one that's most available to you.
That's true.
Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome. My wife got hers too. It's actually funny. She works at a retailer that has a pharmacy there. And at the end of the day, if they got shots left over, they have to try to find somebody to use them. So she just kept bugging them around closing time for a few days. It was like, hey, y'all,
that's awesome.
And she'd be like, well, I got to go home and get my white wig. Come on, y'all. What are you doing? Hook me up. She'd be like, "Come on, look at man, people walking around without masks. You guys got to hook me up, you know." And I guess just like I did to her, they got tired of being pestered and just gave in. So yeah, good for her.
What? That's how you got her to marry you?
Oh, man, that's how I did it. Just wouldn't leave her alone. Just wouldn't shut the hell up about.
Well, who's to say
squeaky wheel gets the grease, man?
That's how everybody. That's how I get everybody. Yeah, I got to get mine, man. If you call, they kind of laugh at you. Hey, can I get a vaccine? No, you sound too healthy.
What you got to do is wait for like someone to miss an appointment somewhere. Like, hey, we got to use this on someone.
I know. That's you got to get lucky. You got to have.
That's how my dad got his. He's actually perfectly eligible anyway, but he got his first jab because someone else missed their appointment at like Kroger's.
And, he was there buying deodorant or something, right?
Well, they put over the loudspeaker like, "Hey, we have a vaccine. We have to use. First one who shows up gets it." You know.
And I'm sure there was a stampede of people beating the shit out of each other.
Beat an 80-year-old woman
to get the vaccine. It was like Thanksgiving morning getting cranberry sauce.
Out of the way.
Yeah, no, he didn't do that, but no.
Yeah. Awesome. That's dope. I can't wait to get mine. I'm very excited.
It's coming. I mean, I saw a report Friday that said that they've already surpassed like 100 million doses already.
I keep hearing them too. I hear that
the supply line does seem to be ratcheting it up. So, that's an encouraging sign.
I'm excited. All right, well, let's get into it. Everybody ready now?
No.
Adam didn't do shit again this week, just like me.
Nah.
I was thinking about deep shit like Batman and Superman comics. Sorry,
now the news.
I always do that.
Take it away, Goma.
I guess we're not talking about NFTs because you guys are not up on the current hip shit.
I couldn't contribute.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Do I have to mine it?
Everything on the blockchain has to be mined. Yeah, that's how it works. That's why it's bad for the environment. It uses up resources.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Al Jaffe, the legend, the living legend, is 100 years old. His birthday was March 13th. He's worked on Mad Magazine for 65 years. The longest running contributor. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest ever career as a comic artist.
Good for him.
There's only one issue of Mad Magazine published between 1964 and 2013 that didn't have new material by Al Jaffe.
That's crazy.
Dude.
That is awesome.
That is an unimpeachable body of work right there.
Johnny Sampson is now the new Mad Fold-In artist because that's what he was best known for, the fold-in. He actually coined the term. But this is some of his art. I mean, he was very it's Mad Magazine, so it's satirical to the max. You know what I mean? It doesn't screw around. And I mean, this is funny, you know. And then he had political pieces, of course, because again, it's Mad Magazine. And then, I mean, just these great fold-ins. I got the before and the afters. See? Just
Rehab Center. Yep.
Yeah. It's talking about Hollywood, you know, how great Hollywood is. And then, you know, Rehab Center. And then truth, wordiness, you know, this is about old George W. Bush one. I mean, that's amazing to me, dude. You know? And then, you know, this one just talking about summer school system. Just, yeah, a genius. I don't know. He's a great guy. I hope he lives forever. He's not drawing anymore, though, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Jeff, you love no Mad Magazine love?
It's been a very long time since I read a Mad Magazine.
But that's the point, man. Even when you did way back then.
Yeah.
It was still this guy.
It was this guy.
I remember those fold-outs.
It was a fold-in, but hey, whatever. Thanks for paying attention to the show.
I know. You're welcome.
We got 2 Pride books coming from 2 different publishers, and I don't know how deep we want to get into this. Let's just get the news out of the way.
Yeah,
DC Pride.
Go into it a little bit.
An anthology comic to arrive on June 8th. It's an 80-page anthology, LGBTQIA+ characters from across the DC universe. And
is that a future state Flash down there in the corner?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
And they are supposed to be making their way into the main universe proper at some point. You know how that goes. It's future.
Yeah. Right.
Isn't Future State Wonder Woman already making her way in?
Well,
she already has she had a book.
Yara Flor, yeah.
Isn't she like appearing in other comics now?
Not now. She was in Infinite Frontier, which was kind of like their primer book for everything that's happening, and we're going to talk about that later too, in the context of the big event that happened in the Batverse books.
Who's that above Harley and Ivy?
I don't know, dude.
A new Dr. Light?
Maybe. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm not good with the characters, but we are getting
There's Apollo and Midnighter back there.
I know, right?
Apollo, Midnighter, Alan Scott, Renee Montoya.
Yeah, we're gonna get stories from all of them, Constantine and more. So yeah, I got the creative team list too. Batwoman by James Tynion, Poison Ivy and Harley by Mariko Tamaki, Amy Reeder. Steve Orlando and Stephen Byrne are doing Midnighter. Flash of Earth 11, which I guess is that Flash. I don't fucking know. Danny Lore and Lisa Sturl. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot. Okay. They're also gonna have a bunch of characters and the actors who play them. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on with this that I'm still not sure of. Like some of the DC actors are going to be doing some of the stuff. They got some dope covers for them. Mostly DC pushing the Harley stuff with Ivy, which of course they are. Why wouldn't they? A Superman one holding the pride flag. I love that. That is so fucking dope. And Yara Flor, of course. Along with this, they are also pushing out the Crush and Lobo book, which they teased in some call or something. We talked about it on the show. And they got a few variant covers for that as well. As we all know, Crush is LGBTQ+.
Right.
But also, Marvel, and they have other covers out, but they're not covers for this issue. They're more like Pride Month variants that they're doing on all of the other books, just starring, characters who are LGBTQ+. And this one's okay. The art, I'm sorry, does not throw me at all.
I don't like this cover. This cover is not a good cover.
I love all these characters, but yeah, that sucks.
Nah, it's not doing anything for me.
Yeah. All right, so this is great. I am all for this. I don't want it to be. I mean, do we want to talk about the Pride book first? It's going to be Kieran Gillen, Alan Heinberg, Anthony Oliveira, Steve Orlando, Teenie Howard, Leia Williams, Mariko Tamaki, Terry Blaz, Crystal Frazier, Vita Ayala, JJ Kirby, so many more. Javier Garron, Jim Chung, Chris Anka, the who's who of Marvel. It's out June 23rd. Okay. I'm all for this. This is dope. This is fantastic.
It is a good
love that. But I think representation needs to happen more than just as a celebration on a month that just so happens to coincide with when everybody
it should be more
maybe
than
it's
a
the
monthly
anti-capitalist.
special.
Maybe it's the anti-capitalist in me, because I don't think for one second that Marvel and DC are blatantly trying just to take advantage of a thing that is hip to make money. But obviously that is a side effect of this thing happening when in reality, the number of LGBTQIA plus writers, creators, artists, editors, people in charge, and characters is not as profound as it could or even should be at either of these publishers. I don't know of a book right now, maybe Nightwing, because they are including, I think, Nightwing in LGBTQIA plus. I'm not sure exactly where he is there, but I don't know of any main books right now at DC that are starring any of those sorts of characters. At Marvel, X Factor has like 3, but again, I just think there's a lot more that can be done. And it just seems, and I don't want to be like, I don't even remember the fucking word for it, because it's just utter bullshit when people are saying things that sound good just to make it a good point.
Oh, like virtue signaling?
Yeah, virtue signaling. I do not think that that's what they are doing at all. At all.
Yeah, I want to make use of that.
I think this is how capitalism works. You know what I mean? We've branded something for a positive thing, and then capitalism gets its hands on it and like, okay,
let's make some money off of it.
We're going to take advantage of this happening. But then the rest of the year, the very meaning, the idea that it was set up for is just lost. It's like Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day was set up to be a year-long thing that helped the comic shops throughout the year. Now it's like fucking Christmas. It's Black Friday for comic shops. That's never what it was meant to be. And I'm just using a comparison within the same context. You know what I mean? But I really think there's a problem here, man.
Well, one thing we can't take solace in is that like capitalism can at least be a good indicator.
Sure.
The people who are like running the numbers and like gauging the zeitgeist and all that, this is the side they think is winning. So that's the side that they're throwing their money behind. And that's cool to see, you know?
Yeah. And I also hope that if enough people purchase these sorts of titles, that they will continue throughout the year, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's another angle here because it's hard as a creative publisher, as a publisher, to do that sometimes because there's a microscope on it. And it's a positive microscope and a negative microscope. And usually even the positive microscopes end up bitching or whining. One of the creators isn't gay enough or, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that to be anything like a smart ass or anything. I'm saying this shit happens. And I don't know, man. Maybe this is a whole problem with society that I'm getting at. But
yeah, I mean, that is a good thing to realize is that, it's not a risk-free venture. Yeah. That they are inviting shitstorms from both directions whenever they set out. And they should still do it anyway. But
agreed. Have some fucking balls. That's my main point, dude. That's my main point.
It's a calculated risk every time they do it. And, that is
and again, when there's books, all right, Marvel and DC putting out 50 to 100 books a month. You can't make 5 of those, 5, 6, 7.
Well, 10? Probably the most high-profile LGBTQ character right now is probably Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Like, of all the ones that were on those covers,
and she has to share her book with Batman.
Yeah, Harley is probably the only character that mainstream people even know who that is. How many people know who Julie Power is? How many people know who Dakin is? How many people know who Angela is?
Yeah. But
I barely know who Northstar is. I mean, shit.
Right.
And he's been around forever.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, and I say that knowing full well that just last week there was a Wiccan and Hulkling book out where they were on their honeymoon. You know what I mean? It's happening. These books are coming out. It's just that's a one shot based on an event. You know what I mean? Even in the overall scope of the Empire event, they had a wedding there, but it was more of a place where everybody else was the center of attention and they were just kind of an afterthought. And maybe that's progress. I'm not sure even how to judge that. I'm just saying I think there should be more. Again, dude, did I already?
Well, you could make the argument. Yeah, you could make the argument that if you're not shining the spotlight on it, that's actually better. Like something like modern, like Will and Grace. Like the show was basically about the fact that one of the main characters was gay. But then, you fast forward to something like Modern Family, and that's not what it's about. It's just the two of the main characters happen to be gay.
Sure. But I think Apollo and Midnighter, I think those are characters that people want to see. I think Hulkling and Wiccan.
And Steve Orlando, he does a great job with them.
Dude, Hulkling and Wiccan having a big space style, Game of Thrones style epic in space. Dude, that's perfect, man. I don't know. Just thinking out loud, looking at this and saying, man, I love that they're doing this, but
they need to do more.
I wish they would do more and be more consistent with it than just, the months that.
Well, I mean, that's the balancing act, right? Appreciate really what's there, but don't rest on your laurels about it.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe we will see more. I know Iceman's killing it in Marauders. I know X Factor's full of awesome characters of all kinds of persuasions, and it's just amazing. All right, Planet Size X-Men announced. All right, this is going to be we don't even have a price for it yet. It's probably going to be $10.
Probably.
They have discovered that Ego is a mutant.
June 16th.
I mean,
that said, I'm excited for this damn thing.
Yeah, this is one of those whatever price you name, I will probably pay it.
I know I'm gonna. Yeah, it's Gary Duggan and Pepe Larraz. Pepe Larraz is so hot now, especially on the X books. The Hellfire Trading Company invites readers everywhere to the inaugural Hellfire Gala to announce the first team of Krakoan X-Men to the world and reveal the startling plans that Mutantkind has in store for the Marvel Universe. Okay, so basically what this is, it's a big diplomatic banquet that Emma Frost is throwing for heads of state, world leaders, important people, famous people, superheroes, everybody going to be there. Okay, enemies and friends alike. It's going to be amazing. Okay,
I smell a murder.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to go that deep, but the X-Men are definitely going to dish on, what is up for Krakoa in this next stage, which is called Reign of X, which again is a little disjointed because Ten of Swords was pushed back. This was supposed to be happening like at the end of last year. All of this. So anyway, 12 titles, 12 stories, all focused on a single night that will go down in Marvel Comics history. So what they are saying is, in order to get the whole story, you got to read all the stories. Just like Ten of Swords, you've got to read everything.
That's how all of these events are going to be for the X-Men.
Damn it, Hickman!
Yeah.
But again, this isn't really an event. This is just, hey, there's a party going on, and the same party just so happens to be happening in all the X books. Sorry, that's the fucking definition of an event. Yeah. But
so it does sound like though that unlike X of Swords, all of these won't be in an interconnected story.
Yes. Yeah,
you won't have to read Marauders to understand what's going on in Excalibur necessarily. It'll just be a little bit more self-contained, which that'll be a little bit better, you know. So if you don't want to be the completist, but that said, I'm gonna buy all these games.
Oh, I'm buying all 12 issues. I'm all over it. Now check this out. Of course, there's gonna be cover reveals, obviously, costume designs. It's a black tie affair. We gotta highlight the fashion. We gotta have what's his name, Jumbo Carnation, right? Emma's personal. Yeah. She literally had his ass moved up on the resurrection queue so that she could have her stylist back. But anyway, variant covers and more. There's actually going to be a fan drawn into one of these books. Ooh, and we'll get to find out which X-Men that we voted for made it onto the team. Even though there's going to be an entire team announced. Man, this is dope. I'm so excited. All right, man. Ten of Swords, Hickman was like, hey, man, we got this big Mortal Kombat Soul Calibur shit coming at you. And then he flipped the script. Now he's like, all right, this is going to be a black tie banquet. Get ready. Man, it's going to be, like David said, there's going to be all kinds of murder. People are going to be kicking ass. It's going to be
if this turns into, like, Mutant Clue, I would actually be here for that, you know?
It was Mr. Blue in the library with the candlestick holder.
I'm very excited for that, man. It's going to be very fun. Anyway.
Is there a Mr. Blue mutant?
No, there's not a Mr. Blue Clue character.
Yeah, they don't call him. They don't call him Mr. Blue. That'd be all right, though. All right. Let me see if I can share this video.
Oh, it was Omega Red in the library.
Oh, there you go.
It was Omega Red, nice. Yeah.
I'm glad we gave you a pause there because that was worth it. All right. More news. More news. God, this is a new way to show videos on StreamYard. The video sucks, though, man. Hear it keeps blanking out.
Yes.
I'm just going to mute it.
Yes.
It's Heroes Reborn.
Heroes Reborn. It's so loud.
Not anymore. No, it's terrible. I still have the other one. But, man, we do have, again, more news. I'm so excited.
Dr. Juggernaut.
Oh, man, that is dope. I'm very excited for this event to come. It's Jason Aaron, Ed McGuinness for the most part. There are a lot of different artists on this, but they have announced the bookend final issue of the, I guess it's now an 8-issue series called Heroes Return. Of course.
This is like an epilogue issue.
Yeah, they're all going to get their mojo back. So if you look at this, we got the Star Brand baby over here.
Of course, yeah.
They've had the Star Brand baby in Avengers up till now. And if you look in the background, it's kind of understated, but there's definitely somebody inside the Phoenix Force there.
Who on the team do we not see there? You know, like exactly. I guess we don't see Captain. I guess Jen's the only one who like is in the tournament that we don't see there, right?
Is Echo still in the tournament? Echo's still in the tournament.
She got knocked out. I don't think so. Know. We're down to our final 6. It's Cap versus Black Panther. It's Namor versus She-Hulk, and it's
whoever they are. They look like they have like a foot blaster or something.
It ain't gonna be fucking Red Widow. It's Shauna.
Oh, it's gotta be Shauna.
It's gotta be Shauna.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, she got a cat. So yeah, this will be like the bookend where Aaron puts all the toys back in the box. That'll be nice. Man, I'm so excited for this. We also already showed off these Jeffrey Vareggi covers.
Oh man, those covers look
so
amazing.
Beautiful. But they did show off the final 3, including this
Nighthawk,
Night Owl. It's hard to keep track.
I think it's Nighthawk.
Power
Night
Princess.
Owl's the one from Watchmen, so
yeah,
it's hard. But there's also an owl, a regular owl in the Crime Syndicate.
There's Owlman.
Owlman, that's right. It's hard to keep track. Okay.
Man, there's so many
There's a lot of
Batman
Batmans
ripoffs out there. It is hard to balance.
Yeah. There's a lot of Batmans. And then this great one of Power Princess. I love that. And this one, which is all of them.
All of them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that one looks amazing.
I think that's the Heroes Reborn issue 7. And then we'll have that Heroes Return.
I'm really excited for this event. I'm excited for Jason Aaron to finally mash all of his toys together. He's been setting everything up for forever. So I'm excited to see what his actual plan is for all of this stuff.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's been fun.
This looks like it's shaping up to basically be like Age of Apocalypse, but like in the Avengers like circle. So if that's what it is, that sounds awesome. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm all down. It's a lot of books, man. But it's kind of an easy in. It's weekly. There's only one shots. The one shots are $5, so you'll be spending $10 on this weekly if you're getting the whole thing for what I think is 8 weeks. But I'm pretty sure throughout that there is no Avengers, which has been shipping twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that lowers it a little bit, and I don't know. Trying to excuse my buying. I'm doing that for me, trying to make sure I can afford all this
$5 a month
shit.
is not bad. I mean, I think Marvel's been doing good recently with kind of limiting their franchises, their sections to certain amounts a month. Like X-Men now, it seems to be that it's 2 issues a week now.
Yeah.
And that's pretty manageable for me. So
yeah.
Even when it's 3 issues a week, I can manage it, and it is sometimes, depending on what you're reading. If you're reading like that X-Men Legends, like when I was reading Juggernaut, even though that technically really did was.
I guess we make exception for like ancillary books, like things that aren't really part of like the Krakoan like circle of influence. There, just tangentially related.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, other news. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. Checkmate is coming back.
I'm not excited for this at all.
Bendis and, of course, Alex Maleev.
Alex Maleev art is going to be great. He was the best thing about that Event Leviathan book.
I hated it.
But this is literally just that Event Leviathan Checkmate book that was canceled during the pandemic. So
Lois Lane somehow like badass, better than fucking Batman at investigation or
so like to tell you my thought process here. You said like here's a Checkmate book. Like okay, that could be interesting. I said by Bendis. Oh, never mind.
Dude, Bendis, he used to be the best at this sort of crime intrigue.
Yeah, we were talking all about Bendis when we were doing the top 5 writers. Bendis is great. Bendis has a lot of good body of work, but what have you done for me lately, man? I haven't read anything.
I gave him a chance with Event Leviathan. I really did. But man, that twist at the end was so bad.
Lame.
I read a couple of issues of Superman. I gave that first Legion of Superheroes book a try, and
that was a turd.
I hopped off of those pretty quickly.
I'm on Justice League this week, man. Next week. Justice League comes out from Bendis.
I might give that a shot, but I'm
going to give it a shot because it's Justice League. That's the big book at DC. You need to read that one if you want to know what's going on continuity wise.
It's a flagship,
right. But if it's bad, I don't have any problems dropping it.
I mean, your big like flagship titles, like when there's a changing of the guard at like Batman or at Superman or at Justice League. You give it a shot, you give it at least an issue. But Adam's right. Like, you shouldn't feel like you're like
I'm not
going through a chore. To like read.
Oh, sure,
books.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh boy, I got to read another Bendis.
Yeah, I don't do that. I drop it if it gets to that point.
Yeah.
All right. Just a couple more things here. DC presents Batman Reptilian. It's a Black Label book. Garth Ennis, Liam Sharp. A new level of terror to Gotham City in a 6-issue Black Label limited series.
So it's Batman versus the Lizard.
June 22nd. It's Killer Croc.
I was about to ask, is that Croc?
Yeah, it feels like it says in Gotham City, either Batman or Killer Croc were the two most dangerous things lurking in the city's shadows. On June 22nd, all that changes. So a new predator makes Gotham its hunting ground.
Okay.
So maybe it is the
Killer Croc gets a Killer Croc.
It's reptile.
I would dispute Killer Croc being like the deadliest predator. I mean, compare his body count to like the Joker's, and it's like fucking nothing,
that's different though. He's not a predator though.
I guess.
What if it's a Jokerized Killer
Semantics.
Croc?
No, David, what about a Jokerized Killer Croc?
David, you put that idea out there, and now they're going to do it. I'm going to blame you.
All right. We got a variant cover here. That's
David,
I do not like Batman's
everywhere.
No, I don't really like that eye. But this book will look great. Liam Sharp.
Look at this. We got some preview art.
He killed. He's been killing it in that Green Lantern book he's been doing. But
that panel
I kind of feel like this is gonna have the same problem as that Green Lantern book. I don't know if I'm really gonna be down for this story. Garth Ennis hasn't really struck for me in a while.
I'm definitely on.
That's pretty to look at, though.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. It's 6 issues, so getting 1 or 2 isn't really going to bother me that much. But I will get 1 or 2. Awesome.
It looks gorgeous.
It is a huge week for television, gentlemen. And now it's time to get hyped. Get excited.
Woo!
Hype train! Choo-choo!
Later this week, superhero cinema changes for all time.
Again!
Oh,
it's not cinema. It's not coming out in a
about.
Theater.
That's not the one I'm hyped about. You know it, Gomer.
No, there it is.
There we go. All right.
There it is. Yeah.
Snyder Cut on the 18th. Falcon and Winter Soldier on the 19th. I'm excited for both. Falcon and Winter Soldier is probably going to be better for the hour that it is. The first hour of the 4-hour Snyder Cut is probably going to drag a lot.
I'm sure for your time spent versus enjoyment, pound for pound, the Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier will probably be better. But that said, I'm interested in Snyder Cut. I'm gonna watch it. I hope it's good. I'm mainly just excited to not talk about it anymore.
Oh no,
that is absolutely
you are
true,
crazy. You guys are fooling yourselves if you think that.
Wait another week for another episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier instead.
If you think that just because the Snyder Cut actually comes out, that people are going to stop talking about it, it's going to ramp it up. It's going to ramp it up.
If it's good, all it's going to do is ramp them up even more.
Oh, the haters are going to hate harder.
Going to escape the litigation of Zack Snyder's fucking body of work at DC.
You're right, man. I mean, if you think about it, the stuff he's done has definitely gotten people talking. I mean, and that's not
necessarily good. Not all publicity is good publicity.
But but it has been. The whole reason the Snyder Cut is even a thing.
Are they going to make
people sucks all the air out of the DC franchise?
I don't know. People are going to sub
really excited. I'm not really excited to watch any DC movie at all anymore.
But you're still going to?
Just because. No, I'm not. I
have to go back and
seen a DC movie in the theater.
The franchise ain't worth having.
Me neither.
This could end up being a real tragedy for them because they were pulling away. Shazam even openly mocked Batman v Superman, in its movie. Shazam was actually good. Aquaman was fun, at least. They were getting away from all this mopey, self-indulgent Snyder bullshit that they've been doing, and now it's just this is reestablishing that as the status quo moving forward. That could be terrible for them.
I still hope
it could be the best thing
I hope
ever
Darkseid's awesome.
We have already gotten to the point where we know that it isn't. Batman v Superman was garbage.
But dude,
Justice League, I guess we'll see if this is better than the Whedon Snyder Frankenstein version that we got, but that's a low bar to clear anyway.
But you say that, but all of the things that you're saying have led to the Snyder Cut being released.
The Snyder Cut got released because they were in the middle of a pandemic. They had nothing else to throw their money at anyway, so they just did this.
Yes, maybe. I don't know, man. I'm psyched. Good or bad, I love talking stuff, when it's positive. I definitely love bashing shit when it's negative. So whatever, man. I'll have fun.
I'm gonna have to listen to what you say next week because I am not spending 4 hours.
I do think I might wait a day or two after release to watch the Snyder Cut, because I'm gonna wait for some people to come up with some episode guys or something to watch this damn thing, because there's no damn way I'm gonna sit 4 hours and watch this whole thing in one sitting.
I got better 4 hours. Things to do. I'm sure it's gonna fly by. All right. Let me extend this to even a dumber question. What if, like, Kevin Feige and the Russos were like, hey, you know what? We didn't have any Marvel movies this year. Let's say they would have done this. And we had some Endgame stuff on the cutting room floor, so we're going to add an hour to Endgame and re-release it on Disney+. Everybody would flip their fucking shit and be like, "Oh my god!"
That's different though. That's like Endgame special edition.
Endgame wasn't bad.
Endgame wasn't bad. Exactly. But there is an argument.
Marvel has a proven track record.
It's true.
It would be like it'd be like Lord of the Rings expanded editions.
Exactly. Yeah. People already loved it. Give me more of what I love. The Snyder Cut is, I hated that. Please change it and give me something better. Make it better. So we'll see if it's better. But yes, Falcon Winter Soldier 2. What are you most excited about this? If I'm going to be negative, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Great. It's a Captain America movie without Captain America. Right? Isn't that what it is?
Well, yeah, but it's about the franchise moving on from him.
Boom.
That's kind of the whole point, is that, like, this is about the plot is literally around them, like, trying to inherit the legacy of Captain America. So if this is going to be like them trying to fill in, like, the movie vibe of Captain America, all the better. That's a perfect fit.
I agree 100%.
Plus, all the Captain America movies, or at least the sequels, are the best Marvel movies.
I think First Avenger is one of the best Marvel.
If there's a vibe to steal from,
the
Captain America is what to steal from.
I think pound
for pound, the Captain America movies are probably the best they have in the stable. It's either that or Guardians of the Galaxy, I would say.
Well, yeah, sure. All right, moving on. Food news.
Yummy. Food news.
We'll get through this pretty quick. It's a triple dose of green food news because it is.
Just make sure you check that die.
St. Patrick's Day coming. Krispy Kreme has 4 new St. Patrick's Day donuts. They are back.
My blood sugar just went up by looking at
that.
Got
a golden coin donut. It's made with an original glazed donut that's dipped in white icing, decorated with green icing swirl, and sprinkled with lucky gold coins, which are basically.
There's not a gold coin inside the donut.
No. So it's not unicorn poop.
The next one, they do have a sprinkled donut, an original glazed donut dipped in green icing and topped with shamrock sprinkles.
Shamrock.
Oh, the luck of the Irish. And our personal favorite, the lucky unicorn donut, which you can see here.
Made with real unicorn?
Picture. Made with real unicorns, exactly.
Well, nothing says St. Patrick's Day like fried dough.
And here's an actual green. This is just the regular Krispy Kreme traditional donut there, whatever.
Is there a connection between unicorns and St. Patrick's Day? Because if so, I have no idea.
This is news to me.
Isn't the unicorn the national animal of Ireland?
It's Scotland, I know.
Or Scotland?
It's Scotland.
I don't know.
Oh, well, there you go. Those damn Scots are always getting other people's business.
If it's Ireland too, I have no idea, but I know that it is Scotland.
Yeah. Key lime pie flavored Kit Kats. Are coming back for a limited time. Grocery store suggested retail price is $1.09. Those are also green. And finally, wash it all down with an Arby's mint chocolate milkshake. This is dope because it's topped with actual pieces of Andes candies, which are the best candies ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually go get me one of those.
I am not a fan of Arby's. It's disgusting.
Arby's
is okay.
Arby's is okay, yeah. Like it's not the top tier fast food, but it's not the bottom tier.
Yeah, it's not Sonic. Sonic's like top tier. Zaxby's top tier. So there you go.
Boy, you have some really messed up fast food choices right there.
What do you mean? Those are top tier, bro.
Sonic's not my top tier.
Not mine.
Sonic is top fucking tier. Have you ever tried to get? What is Sonic most known for? Drinks and shakes. Their drinks
I
and
don't really
shakes
like
are
the
at least
drinks.
$1.50 more than every other place, and they stand up. They're fantastic.
Sonic's menu for
when
me
they have
is carried
ice.
by Cherry Limeade, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
there for Sonic for.
Exactly, dude. And maybe some jalapeno poppers and some onion rings. But yeah, I ain't getting a burger or a chicken sandwich at Sonic.
The food's mediocre.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, shoot.
Come on, guys.
But still, you know,
This motherfucker's going to McDonald's. I want a fish
for the
sandwich.
food.
Man, we got opinions about fast food here today.
No shit, man. All right, I do have. Let's do this instruments of destruction. I said instruments of destruction. This is
it's time for show and tell.
All right, show and tell.
Gomer show and tell.
And I went through a box. Let me see if I can just go on me.
That was for one of your kids.
No, it was not, dude. This is an old 80s. I don't even know. Can I go solo? Just me?
It looks
there we
like
go.
One
this
of those.
is better. All right, man. This is what's called a pretender. All right.
Yeah.
This was a line of Transformers that
okay.
And
Pretenders were weird.
This motherfucker opens up and there's a thing inside.
Yeah.
Right? And this dude transforms into a robot, but he can also become a plane on the top here. This was everything all built into one.
That's like second wave Pretenders, ain't it?
Yeah, dude. No.
I'm
This is
actually
first
surprised
wave.
to hear that that's like official Transformers. I assumed it was like a knockoff Transformers.
No, dude.
No,
they're
real. There were some that were off that turned into like monsters and stuff.
Yeah, but the Pretenders I remember, the earliest Pretenders were the ones with the shells. Those are like the later version where they had the vehicles. There was like the people shells and the monster shells.
All right, those were all part of the same line because I have the Carnivac that you're talking about. All right, and he was a shell. He opens up like this, like an egg,
and there's a robot
and inside. Was another wolf in there.
Like
so those were all part of the same line, David. There were 2 animal ones and 2 vehicle ones, and I have all but
the Pretenders were kind of lame.
Dude, this is so lame.
This is like so late generation stupid. 1 stuff, right?
It's so bad. Yeah, this is end of G1.
Okay.
Very end of G1. Late 80s, man. Late 80s, right? But I did price it, right? These little shoulder pads here.
I bet that's worth something.
$25. $25. Yeah, so I wanted to show those off. I also wanted to show off my Akira that I found. Looking for my Akira. But then I did find my Transformers DVD Special Collector's Edition.
Ooh.
I have the steelbook behind me and my G.I. Joe the movie.
The only movie where
this is just show off time. Let me just show off some things from my collection.
Right? That's what I wanted to do. Didn't I say that's what I was gonna do as part of Moment of Destruction?
Yeah,
don't blame me. IDW
we have some actual news or something.
Here, look, I do have some of these decoys that came out, and I have the Optimus Prime one. He's the only one worth anything.
Yeah,
all the other ones are worth shit.
Are those like the little Musclemen knockoff?
Yeah, they're like Musclemen, and I have a point.
Ooh, you have a half a point.
Half a point. You used to be able to just mail these away and get special mail-in only figures. Like camshaft and them.
I had a camshaft.
I have a camshaft right up here. You want to see him? Hold on, right here, camshaft.
Cool. Yeah,
that's
Mazda
RX2 or whatever the hell he was.
Yeah,
yeah. I also have one of these. These were.
I miss those
Micromasters
size Transformers. They don't really do those anymore.
This was not a Micromaster. This was like the hidden ones, right? Later on, after G1's 3rd edition of toys came out, after the movie, they put these on all of them. These were their emblems. Let me, shit, almost closed the whole damn window. Let me embiggen it again.
It's the thermal ones, right?
It's a thermal, right? You put your finger on it, it warms up, and then it shows you if it's an Autobot or a Decepticon. It's old as fuck. It probably don't work. But anyway, that's how it did work.
I so.
Yeah. Pretty rad, huh?
Nice try.
Whatever. Don't be mad because I got dope shit.
Where's your Transformer shit, David?
Yeah, where's your Transformer, Dave?
I mean, you hide like a coward.
Yeah, behind your words. You wish you were as cool as me. I'm gonna go first this week, damn it, with my pick.
No, I don't wish I was cool as you.
That's right. My pick this week is the
Snyder.
Fuck you, man.
That's your number 1 pick, right?
I don't know. I can't wait till next week when we talk about it, and everybody who's seen it is like, "Oh my god,
it was amazing!
Gomer was right for a change."
The MCU better go back to the drawing board after this one. It changed the game.
I once believed that polish on a turd just meant it was a shiny turd.
I'm on spring break this week. I probably would actually have time to sit and watch it if I wanted to. I still don't think I am.
You should do it, man, just so you can say, "Oh my god, it was so bad. I had the best nap of my life." All right, I got a couple of honorable mentions. My actual honorable mention is Daredevil number 28, Chip Zdarsky, Marco Cicchetto. Solid as usual. Really good character bits with Matt, Elektra, and Kingpin, backed up with really good art. I did want to say Children of the Atom number 1, but I'm pretty damn sure someone's going to have that in their top 3.
No, that's going to be an honorable mention for me, too.
Well, I'll just wait till you mention it.
It'll be in my top 3.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, hey.
But surprise, surprise. I was just as shocked as y'all are going to be. The Joker number 1 is my number 3 book.
That's my number 3 also, man.
Dude, what the hell?
I was ready to shit on this book.
This was snuck up on me.
I hate the idea of there being a Joker book. Like, the Joker as a character, he works best when he is used sparingly. And thankfully, Tinian knew that. And this is not a Joker book. This is a Jim Gordon book, and thank God.
Okay.
It's kind of a Joker. Okay.
It's all about the Joker, but Jim Gordon is the main character.
He's retired. The whole A-Day thing that happened in Gotham, which has made Bane like this hero to the people, has people, celebrating Punchline. And here it is, James Gordon.
Man,
still
that Gilliam March art. Gilliam March was a perfect artist to pick for this book.
Perfect for this, yeah.
Because he could do some crazy nightmarish stuff.
Yeah.
But
still do
this
faces
is definitely
and
a horror
well.
book.
Oh, yeah. It's a cerebral thing. Okay, let me explain what's going on here. Okay, so Gordon is retired. He's figuring out what he's got to do. And it sort of goes back to when he first started and someone said they saw a grisly murder and they did the cop thing and didn't murder the guy, and it's always haunted him. So Gordon is haunted by the Joker because the Joker has screwed with him so much.
Joker is his boogeyman.
Yeah, Joker is his boogeyman.
I'm your boogeyman.
So at one point in this, he is approached by a rich lady to take out the Joker for good. She's like, I got intel. Joker is in Belize. I want you to go there and murder him. And if you do, well, I'll give you $25 million. She's asking him because he knows the Joker well. He's worked in, he knows
the Joker better than anyone other than Batman.
Skill, and she's like, and I don't think Batman would do it. I don't think he's gonna take my calls and cash my checks. So the main reason I like this book so much is because they're blaming Joker for A-Day, which is Arkham Asylum Day, the day where the gas attack went off in Arkham Asylum. They talked about it in Infinite Frontier. They're talking about it in Batman. That's sort of the thing that is pushing us closer to what we saw in Future State as far as the Magistrate taking over Gotham and all that shit. And dude, it felt so good to read a book at DC Comics that actually felt like it was part of a shared universe.
Yeah, it was really connected. Honestly, I think this should be Detective Comics. Like I
haven't read Detective in a while.
Yeah, all respect to the book, the run that's gonna come out, but this feels like a real detective story.
They can't put Tiny in on both. He's no Brian Michael Bendis.
But they could put him on a $5 Joker book.
Right. This did have a backup story by Sam Johns and Mirka and Dolfo, all about Punchline. Okay. It was just okay. But what I liked there is they're really leaning into this. Punchline has fame. She's got like societal leverage. She's got fans.
That's my main problem with it is I don't get
why Punchline is so popular.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
I don't either. But since she is, I do like the angle they're going.
Actor or something? I have no idea.
Maybe. Well, she did have that speech. That speech was kind of, that she had in, what was it, Batman 100?
Really?
Not really. It wasn't that good.
No, it worked for me. It worked for me in Batman.
I mean, I don't even remember it at this point. It was just kind of boilerplate.
So it didn't work.
Like,
yeah.
But after we had and I know it's an arguable debacle, that King's run, after it ended, and then Tiny and catching up, and DC just feeling overall disjointed, even before Future State got here, and now in the aftermath of that, it just feels really cool to read Infinite Frontier, see a thing happen, and then have that immediately impact Batman, and then have that immediately impact this. It just feels really, really cool. So, dude, this is the biggest franchise in comics in a shared universe. Batman is and it should feel connected like this.
So I'm going to go ahead and give one of my honorable mentions, because this is going to lead directly into what you're talking about. One of my honorable mentions was that Batman Urban Legends #1, because of that exact same thing. I couldn't put it on my list because it is a bunch of shorts. So I don't know. But I like the general idea of this book. You take all of the sub teams that don't really sell very well, you throw them all in together into this one big book, and everything kind of connects together.
I hated everything but Grifter. Grifter, oh my god. We'll have to get to my number 2. We'll have to get to that. All right, that was your number 3 as well, and your honorable mention.
So my number 3 was Joker. Yeah. I just loved it because it was a deep character study for Jim Gordon, and you don't get enough deep character studies at DC.
Yeah.
And then my other honorable mention was Children of the Atom, but I think Taylor's going to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when Taylor mentions it, because I got some shit to say about it too. One last thing about the Joker number 4. You'll notice in this second here,
Snyder's got a college.
Snyder College. Come on, guys. Come on. Seriously?
Oh,
they're running out of real estate, okay?
Wait, you mean Zack Snyder? My bad. No, they don't. They need Scott.
Well, just like you do a good job in Batman, and they acknowledge that by naming like a park in Gotham City after you or something like that.
Yeah, so, or a phone
good for him.
I guess.
Cool. There's like Finger Park, right?
Yeah. David. Number 3, because Adam and I are.
All right. Honorable mentions. Serial number 2.
Solid.
Homesick Pilots. A lot of fun stuff going on in that. We're getting deeper into this house and all these entities in this house.
Cool.
And this is like first time they actually made like a video cassette monster look cool.
Oh, fun.
It's like a possessed video cassette, and it takes on like the forms of stuff, and it throws things around and attacks Amy a lot.
Dope.
I'm just picturing Soundwave like shooting at like a bunch of teenagers. Right, I got
those.
It's like the magnetic tapes from videotapes being cobbled together to make like a mummy-looking creature that just wrecks shit. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
There is a book called Carmen #1. It's a bit trippy. Apparently,
that's Guillaume March's book.
Yeah. A lot of stuff going on in that book. A lot of issues dealing with like life and death. I
didn't read it.
I like it. It made it my honorable mentions, but the title character is essentially like is the Grim Reaper in a way.
Oh.
Just talking to like this girl who committed suicide. Cool. Why she committed suicide. And, there are rules in the afterlife that you have to follow. Very interesting book. I'm willing to give it another issue or two to see where it goes. Cool. I think it might be like an anthology, kind of like Ice Cream Man.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
So that takes care of my honorable mentions.
Sure.
Redemption #2 is my number 3 pick.
I don't think I've ever even heard of this. Oh, is this an AWA book?
That AWA book.
Oh, okay.
Post-apocalyptic.
Like
Wasteland, Cowboys, Cyberworks, Water's valuable, but our main protagonist has sought out the help of the butcher, and the butcher lives up to her name. She literally kills like a dozen people in this book.
Nice.
Like just because she's like, I don't like your attitudes. You better put your guns away, walk away. She tries to, the butcher's like, I don't want to help you, but I can find people that will help you. And it just turns out to be a double cross.
Man, did we talk about the Chariot last week?
We talked about Chariot last week.
Okay. Man, I read that book like another time over,
But it's very, very, I could see this book being made into like a Netflix show or something.
Like I feel like AAWA is doing that with all their books.
I feel like this book was made to have like Linda Hamilton be the butcher.
Oh, that's cool.
She looks like Linda Hamilton. The evil preacher in Redemption looks like Lance Hendrickson. So I kind of feel
do that on purpose.
I kind of feel that, but yeah, stuff is going down. We had kind of a montage where our hero, the girl's gone to get help, is learning how to shoot guns, learning how to become a killer because apparently the butcher doesn't want to have any part of this shit. So
cool.
That's AWA knocking them out.
Taylor, that's you for honorable mentions.
Okay. First, I'll do an honorable mention for Deadpool Nerdy 30. This was another just collection of short stories. A real murderer's row of talent on this. We got like Gail Simone, Scotty Young, Joe Kelly, who I think had my favorite of the bunch.
It had some fun stories in there.
Cables was my favorite.
Yeah, that was the Scotty Young one, I think.
The baby Cable.
Nothing in here was like, mind blowing, but it was fun. It was a fun read.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked it up.
I think it's exactly what you'd expect from that book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do another honorable mention for Eternals number 3. I like that they're now starting to have some interaction with some normal ass people. It's kind of fun seeing like Icarus talk to just like a family in New York.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this series.
That's fair, but
I'm off of it.
I don't care, Gomer. But they also
no, it's true. It's true. I don't try to talk shit. There's so much. Go ahead. It might make for a great trade. It might make for a great trade.
One thing I really did, my favorite part of the book though is probably they take a look at what it's like for the Eternals to fall in love with mortal creatures, because they talk about how like it's this doomed relationship automatically. Even if things go great, these people are eventually going to die, and fascination turns to resentment, I think is the line they use, because the Eternals never change. Sure. And so like it always ends in these disastrous like fuck ups at the end. But yeah, just an honorable mention.
Cool.
My number 3 is Children of the Atom number 1. This book left with a lot of questions. Like, I don't know who these kids are.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know. Like, so apparently they're not mutants because they couldn't go through the gate at the end, but they all have like mutant powers. Yeah, so
they're all kind of riffs off of established X-Men.
Yeah,
they feel like to me obsessed fanboys.
I think that's what they're going for here, because like they seem to like identify with mutants. It is a curious, like, so that's one thing, but how the hell are they like using all their powers and stuff? So
technology.
Well, I guess so, but they're a bunch of like high school kids. I don't know how the hell they would have gotten access.
Spider-Man,
he
had stuff. But I'm with you.
That's fair, but Spider-Man didn't like create laser beams and like sonic blast and things like that.
Well, he didn't have the internet.
He also didn't have psionic powers.
So it's something along the lines of like that one New Warriors book where it was all the depowered mutants were using like equipment to give themselves powers.
No,
we don't know.
Not really
That's
sure.
The thing.
They're leaving it open-ended.
Yeah, they don't really give you a lot of answers in this issue. But that said, I did think this was a very solid first issue. The art's fantastic, Bernard Chang.
The art's good. I like the writing, and it was a little frustrating, like what the hell is going on. But I'm definitely back for the second issue.
I think that's the point. Yeah, I think that question is the lead factor here of why the book is so compelling. And now, let me say a little bit on this. Okay, baked in to Hickman's new status quo for the mutants, right? There's this newfound question of, are mutants still heroes? You know what I mean? Because of some of the tactics that they're taking, right? But basically, the only thing they're doing is the same damn thing that every nation on the planet has ever done. traded with other nations for their own sovereignty, opened up diplomacy, done underhanded shit with their intelligence agencies. You know, they're doing the same thing that everybody else has done. But now the fan base in the real world is like, well, no, they're evil now. And I'm like, I disagree with that completely. But it's impossible to ignore that there is a gray area there now because of what they're doing. So I think that this book is sort of playing with that meta idea there and digging into that aspect of the fandom of mutants as they're being, you know, given to us right now. You know, maybe that's just me reflecting, seeing what I want to see with what's going on. But I with the overall status quo, I think Hickman is trying to say just a whole lot more. You know, I think he's trying to say that the very idea of society as a construct can lead into evil. And in a broad sense, the X-Men books have always sort of been about society being evil, you know, to the X-Men. And I think he's sort of flipping that on its head in a unique way. And I think this book is playing with that in sort of a meta kind of way by having the fans become the heroes themselves. But I don't know, there's still something else there, but it was very intriguing. It was very compelling. If I had to rate it with the rest of the X books in terms of a debut, it'd be near the bottom. Just because I don't know these characters.
Comparison, though. Yeah, exactly.
It's
you don't know who the fuck these kids are.
No, exactly.
But this is having to do a lot more lifting than any of the other X books that we've seen so far.
Sure, without a doubt. But I'm not the one who decided that these kids needed to be debuting and starring and being portrayed as they are in this book at this time.
You know what? Good for them, like, actually being able to, like, phase in new characters.
Well,
yeah, had, like, over a year now of the Krakoan stuff.
This definitely shows the strength of the X-Men franchise right now.
Yes.
Because
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can have this fun with, because I think this is sort of playing with the readership themselves.
I never would have bought this book 2 years ago. I never would have bought this book.
That's absolutely true.
But now,
2 years ago, this book wouldn't have gotten published.
Right, but just based off of the strength of all of the other X books, I gave this book a shot, and I'm gonna pick up issue number 2. So
yeah, I mean, this is definitely a rising tide situation where they've earned the benefit of the doubt to the point where, like, I'll give any of these books a shot. You know, I'll give you an issue, and I gave this an issue, and I'm glad I did. I'm looking forward to the next one.
I think everything, pardon me, Coke hit me in the nose. I think everything that you guys
normally it's the other type of Coke that hits you in the nose, man.
Right. I think everything that you guys are saying is absolutely true, and it's amazing to me. I mean, dude. All right, I've been an X-Men fan for a long time, and it's amazing to me that yes, now they can throw out these experimental type books. Because they know there's going to be an audience because everything with X-Men is so hot right now. They do it with Batman all the time. Signal? What the fuck is Signal? He's great now, though. Duke's dope, man. Yeah. He really is. But Signal? No one would have ever pushed Signal. I don't know. But agreed. It was a great book. It was one of my honorable mentions as well. So that's back to me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, back to you.
Number 2. Batman Urban Legends, number 1. It was.
I'm curious how this got to be your number 2, but
I'll tell you. All right, let me explain what the book is. Okay, it's kind of an anthology. Basically, what they did was they took like 4 different Batman one-shots and broke them up into 5 or 6 parts. And
a lot of these were ongoing books anyway. Like Batman and the Outsiders, that was an ongoing book before.
I didn't care for that at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a Red Hood and Batman story. That's a 6-part story with Chip Zdarsky, Eddie Barrows, Abel Ferreira, and Marcus Toe. Okay. It was quite good, but I really don't care. It felt repetitive.
I mean, I did enjoy this story, but it's the same Red Hood story that I've read a billion times, man. He's still hung up on the same shit. He needs to move on.
And Batman's still hung up on the same shit in regards to him.
They haven't evolved. I've been reading the Red Hood series forever, and you know he hasn't evolved as a character at all.
Exactly.
He has been stuck on that treadmill for a while.
He is, dude. That's a great way to put it. He is stuck on a treadmill. Maybe this will get him over that. There were some touching moments there. It was very well written, beautifully drawn.
Well written. Chip Zdarsky's great.
Yeah. There was a Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy story called New Roots. That is not an ongoing. That was just short. Stephanie Phillips and Layra.
It's not ongoing, but it's setting up the Harley Quinn and Batman book that's coming out.
Yes, it is, and it was wonderful. It
was
nice.
It
was sweet.
It was a nice, touching.
Yeah,
it was romantic. It was exploring her and Poison Ivy's relationship. So
yeah. This leads back to what we were talking about in the news. DC needs to fix that shit. They need to figure out exactly what is going on with Harley Quinn and her significant others within the comics. They really need to figure it out. On the TV show, the anime show, they got it figured out. And
they do.
Awesome.
Well, it feels like that's the way they're leaning towards now.
I hope they do. I really hope they do. We have a 1 of 3-part story, The Outsiders, called The Caretaker. It was Brandon Thomas and Max Dunbar. I don't give a shit about The Outsiders at all.
Yeah, it was okay.
But
it wasn't very great.
There's a 5-part story centered around the grifter called The Long Con by Matthew Rosenberg and Ryan Benjamin. And holy shit, this story was awesome. I've never really been a big fan of the grifter, but he's written sort of like Peter Parker meets Deadpool. He's like got that Parker luck, but he's a complete asshole about it. So it's cool with the reader, and you think he deserves it, like Deadpool. I think
he's always in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I think I love him. I think I love Grifter. Right?
He is definitely a smartass in this issue, and he's really well written. Matthew Rosenberg does a really good job with his dialogue. I'm still interested to see where this story goes. I'm really interested in Lucius Fox's new status quo.
And what is his angle? Why is he hiring Grifter?
Yeah, he's doing a lot of weird shit in the background.
Yeah, like he's Fox's bodyguard, like you said. He gets to the party.
He's Fox's bodyguard, but Fox doesn't really want him around. He's always trying to give him the night off.
Yeah, and he's also got other bodyguards around. Because that's what happens here. Like, Grifter shows up, and he didn't read the security report that Fox gave him, so he didn't know that there were other bodyguards there. So he sees these 2 guys strapped outside, and he starts kicking their ass, and then they kick his ass and ruin the party. And then there's this part, like, they're searching him. He's just funny. Oh, I forgot about that.
That's that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, you count that? Just love that dialogue there. And then there's this part where he's fighting Batman at one point, and he's like,
I love that fight.
Oh, dude,
he's fighting Batman the whole time. He's kind of getting him move for move, but then in the end, Batman finally gets him. And he's just like, fuck it, I give up.
Dude, at one point, Grifter's like trolling him. He's like, I know your secret, and Batman's like, what secret? How? He's like, I know who you are under that mask. And then next, he's like, you're lying, Grifter. And he's like, you got me. To be honest, I don't even know if you were a guy or some kind of bat person or hybrid. But it got under your skin, didn't it? We all got our secrets, don't we? And it's just like, oh, dude. And then he's like talking this shit. Like he's doing like the Spider-Man thing, like talking about what's going on as he's getting his ass kicked. He's like, damn, you're strong. It's like, what is going on? I'm in love with Grifter. He's the best. Look, I love this. Look at that action sequence there. He's like, I'm going to shoot the gas tank and kill us both. And then Batman's like, you're lying. He's like, you want to bet? And then he's like, yeah, I was just bullshitting. Dude, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I was just surprised. I've never really been a big fan of Grifter. I don't even know where to go back and read Grifter if I wanted to catch up on it, but I'm not sure I want
Wildcats.
I just want to read this Matthew Rosenberg Grifter, dude. He's like the anti-Batman.
I guess.
I can't wait to read more.
They're gonna have that. They're gonna have that.
It was one of the better parts of that.
They're gonna have that Spider-Man Deadpool kind of relationship now.
It was fantastic. That's all I gotta say about it. I loved it. We're all gonna have the same damn number 1, ain't we? Go ahead, Dave.
I'm guessing.
Dave, you're skipping me.
Oh, I thought your number 2 was
you piece of shit.
No, I thought
that was an honorable mention for me.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, please.
My number 2 is X Factor number 8.
Oh, good choice.
What X Factor number 8 by Leah Williams and David Baldion. And so this one, I love X Factor because this is the book out of all the X-Men books that has the most relationship talk in it, I guess.
Yeah.
everything in this is just inner relationships between the characters on the team. You have Dakin and Aurora growing closer. You have in this one you have iBoy. The art is fantastic. iBoy, he can see pretty much everything. That's his power. He has eyes all over him.
But he's also got like microscopic vision, UV.
But he has all different types of vision.
Yeah.
And in this one, he keeps seeing or almost seeing something in the Boneyard, which is their tower. And it turns out that the tower is haunted by the spirit of Morrigan.
He can see ghosts.
Yeah, he can see ghosts.
It's crazy, dude. It's wild.
Wow.
It's wild. But he doesn't know he can see ghosts, so he's really freaking out.
Yeah, and so he's really freaking out. But the art here, let me see if I can get the page here.
I can make it big somehow.
Yeah, here, let me get this page. This page right here. Right there. Where you just see everything that he can see all over.
It's really good sequential art.
It's so great sequential art. But then this ghost pretty much kills everybody on the X Factor team and turns them into the mutant zombies, and everybody but iBoy. And iBoy has to like wake them all up after they all come out of the hatchery, and he's just like, his opening line is, "Hey guys, glad to see you. By the way, the Boneyard's haunted."
Yeah. I told you they were all going to die. That was like one of the solicits for one of the next issues.
I just really liked all the character interactions.
But now they have to investigate like their own death in a way.
And it's also really interesting because there were significant moments. There were significant steps forward in character relationships in the last issue, like Dakin and Aurora. They shared their first kiss and all that stuff. But now they're dead.
They don't. So do they remember that happening?
Were they backed up before they were killed? Do they remember all these things that happened?
Which is this weird kind of Groundhog Day.
It seems like Aurora remembers, but Dakin doesn't.
Yeah.
So
she's alphabetically speaking,
I guess.
Yeah. They got up to Cyclops and then he died.
I don't know. It's just one of those X-Men things where like the whole franchise is just bringing up these weird questions about
the new status quo.
Yeah, about the new status quo.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw in a resurrection mechanic, you might as well explore the horrifying implications of it.
I love it, especially because we know, because of Hawks and Pox, that eventually there are horrifying things that happen because of the resurrection process. So awesome, good choice. The X books are always good, man. It's getting hard to not put.
But I do think we all have to say number one.
I think so too.
If
David,
you haven't said it yet, surely it's your number one.
What's your number two? Or is your number two for you?
It's my number two.
Okay.
Black Hammer Visions number 2.
Oh, Jeff Johns.
Oh my gosh, this story focuses.
Yeah. Yes.
This story pretty much focuses on Madame Butterfly and the Cabin of Horrors. Dragonfly. What?
You always do that. You've been doing that since issue number 2 of Black Hammer. It's like 5 years ago.
It's like I don't know. But Madame Dragonfly, it focuses on her. She breaks the fourth wall in the opening pages.
Well, it was kind of a throwback to like those horror pulp comics where there was a narrator.
Hey there, reader, don't proceed any further because the horrors beyond imagination. If you go, proceed at your own caution. But remember, you may go, but you might not come back.
Yeah.
But we have this young man who's been kidnapped, and he basically, I'm assuming it's taking place on the farm. The community where the farm is.
Well, they're driving through,
but this guy who kidnapped the kid gets stopped by a police officer, and the officer tells him for the next 10 miles, don't you stop anywhere.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, F it. And so
he's kidnapping a kid though.
The kidnapped victim gets out and manages to make his way into the cabin of horrors. And there's like this sequence where he runs through these doors, and it's like the Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's like every door he goes through is a different thing. Like a father killed his family because the winter was too great and he couldn't feed his family, but he's a cannibal. It was children in cages that are zombies. Yeah. It's had this really great like artwork and sequential art that made it like a horror vibe. And in the end of it, the kidnapper gets what's coming to him. And Madam Dragonfly takes pity on Jacob, the boy that was kidnapped, and turns him into Kid Dragonfly with his own farm of horrors.
It was weird.
It was weird, but I kind of expected this with visions.
I expected this to be exactly what it was up until the point where the kid was butterfly or what the hell ever, and
Dragonfly.
Now he's got his own thing. So is that going to spin off into something else now?
It might. Knowing the Black Hammer universe, it could possibly spin off.
Right, and I'm okay with that. Jeff Johns, he's a great writer, obviously. I didn't realize he could do horror so well. He did a very good job, communicating that. Scott Collins, of course, can draw, anything.
Oh yeah, it was his artwork made
it was solid, but man, that
horror
it threw me off, man.
It just seems a little out of character for
Dragonfly,
Madam Dragonfly,
and weird
to take pity on people because she seems
Colonel
Weird seemed like kind of aloof as opposed to like the rest of the Black Hammer universe. These are like
say that she's taking pity on lots of people.
Oh,
that's
I think she takes more pity on. She takes more pity on Colonel Weird than she takes on anybody else in that group.
Yeah,
and
that was another good. Overall, though, those Visions books are 2 for 2. They've both.
Oh yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to the solicit they had for the 3rd issue with Chip Zdarsky in it.
Yeah,
and Abraham Slam.
That dude busy.
Yeah,
cool, excellent choice. Taylor number 2. What else is left?
My number 2 is Immortal Hulk, of course. It's always in my top 3 whenever it comes up.
That Taylor reads that could possibly be.
To be honest, not a lot happens in this issue. We're moving places. Hulk dies again, but he's woken up in hell, and I guess that's the big cliffhanger. He and Joe, the last 2 Hulk standing, are there with the leader now. But I just love the shit out of this book. Every time it comes on, it's automatically in my top 3. As usual, we get a lot of really great body horror shots, like when the Hulk is getting disintegrated by cosmic rays. His face gets stretched out. Here, let me find it. Yeah. But this will probably always be my top 3.
Oh my!
Oh wow! Yeah.
Wow. That's like some Kelly Johns looking stuff,
right? And that's still Joe Bennett.
Yeah, they keep finding new and inventive ways to mangle his body in weird shapes and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Not much to say about this issue, honestly. We're building up to the big climax, though. The run's supposed to end with issue number 50. This is number 44. So we got one arc left.
It's going to be a cruel summer. Awesome. Well, if A.K.A. David bought a Marvel book this week, which he said he did, and he's on his list, then this is everybody's pick this week. There's no way that you guys did not have this book on your list. Oh, did you guys not get this cover?
Yep. No.
Is that the die cut?
This is the die cut cover, but it comes with this little thing here that goes over it, and then you pull it out, and then then it is the die cut cover. And yes, I am being careful with it, because it's fucking amazing. Nonstop Spider-Man.
Nonstop Spider-Man. I think that's everybody's number 1. It's my number 1 at least.
Not mine. Sorry.
What?
I did not like this.
How is there a Marvel book? Oh yeah, Taylor got the regular cover.
Damn it, David.
Nice.
I love Pacheco's artwork, but I just don't think it works with Spider-Man. And I was just I haven't read a lot of Spider-Man recently.
You don't have to.
And I'm what?
Stand alone.
Okay, I had no idea who Kel and this guy whose funeral they were at. I don't have the slightest idea who these people are. I don't know
it doesn't matter though.
Is he back in college? I don't know. But that didn't matter. Yeah, this was amazing.
Yeah.
Man, this artwork is so fluid and fast.
It's emotion. I don't think it works with Pacheco's style.
The art alone.
Who's Pacheco? Who are you talking about?
Who the fuck are you even talking about, David?
Chris Bocciolo is the
Bocciolo. I got my head stuck on Pacheco for some reason.
But man, everything is just moving in this.
Man, I love
we'll get
this
to
one
that
right
in a minute.
here where
We'll
he
get to that in a
crashes
minute.
into the car. I love that.
Let me
That
show
could be
you.
like
Yeah.
a poster.
Put it back up.
That
put
whole
it back
opening
up, Adam.
sequence was really well done, where he's like, we start with him jumping out the window and like piecing
I'll
together
go
his
to it.
game plan as he falls. It's great stuff. The art is amazing, and as much as I did not understand who a lot of these characters were, I still love the way that we're like transitioning between like.
I don't think that's
the
point of this
like,
series. The point of this series is action, just action.
I mean, but you say that. All right. There was action packed, okay, but it's also even like the breaks, the quote unquote breaks from the action, are so full of emotion. It's like a roller coaster, dude. Because when it breaks, the first time it breaks, it flashes back to a funeral, and then it's 2 or 3 pages of a funeral, and it's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, but this is still a fun book, man. This is still a fun read.
No, that's what made it fun.
And thank God, because Spider-Man has not been fun to read in the longest time.
Yeah, but the funeral sort of accented what was going on, the action sequences that were going on, and then it sort of meets up because he's talking with Kel about this new drug, and then it all built up in this way that was. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
dude.
all the scenes where they broke from the
amazing.
action were great moments like Catch Your Breath. This was still a good story on top of this being a really fun, basically extended fight scene for the whole rest of this.
There's also this angle. I think this is the main crux of the story. There's a new designer drug called A+ aimed at academic overachievers. He's being attacked. The gang that's attacking him are a gang of entitled overachievers with like very expensive weapons.
Yeah,
like
I love like Spider-Man talking shit on like his name brand katana that he was using and like all that stuff.
Oh, there's a Beyond katana now?
Yeah. The backup story with Zemo with Dale Eaglesham doing the art was just fun as hell.
Oh yeah, man, Zemo was dope. It was kind of stupid, but it was stupid in a really fun way.
Ridiculous. It was so stupid and dumb, but yeah, I had a great time reading it. But the biggest question I have, the only blemish on this is how the hell is Joe Kelly going to connect this story with the Spider-Man story at the front? And I'm like, you know what? He don't even have to. He's
going to go to New York, so I guess that's how. But Zemo is not a Spider-Man villain. I was kind of surprised to see him here.
Yeah, not at all. But yeah, very good book. Just, man, didn't surprise me at all. This is exactly what I was expecting, and it delivered. Honestly, the breaks from all the kinetic action are what sold it for me, man. The funeral where it was just, oh my gosh, and then right back to it.
Man,
and then
it was just the art for me.
After their conversation was, oh my God, him getting on the phone and having to pretend to not be Spider-Man to report the OD. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of shit going on here that is really grounded in reality that you kind of can miss because it's so blindingly fast. But yeah, I read this 3 times.
Yeah,
Again, it was blindingly fast. You could.
The writing was really good. The art was even better. And honestly, I am just thrilled to finally have a Spider-Man book I can enjoy. I mean, ever since 100%. Tom Taylor's Friendly Neighborhood stopped last year, I've had this Spider-Man absence in my life, and I'm glad that that's over now.
100%. Yeah, man, I love this book so much.
I'm just happy to like Spider-Man again. I've been digging in that Amazing Mind for a long time, and it hasn't paid off at all.
This week too,
dude, you are a trooper.
Have any of you read that issue? Do you guys know what that suit is?
It's a social media suit,
dude.
It's a live stream suit, so he can live stream his superhero.
Is that really what it is?
That is exactly what it is. It's so he can live stream for J. Jonah Jameson.
I didn't think the design was that bad, but now that I'm hearing that, I am so glad I didn't pick up that issue.
So weird. I didn't read it. I just read articles on it where people are just bashing the hell out of it.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, I do not like it. So, all right, those were our
you got more fortitude than I do to keep up with the Amazing book, man.
So, David, didn't you say there was a Marvel book?
Explain yourself, David. What did you pick instead of Nonstop
What was your
Spider-Man?
number one?
I didn't like the I don't know.
I know it's okay. You're allowed to not. I guess not.
It didn't work for me.
Listen,
I was like, ooh, Spider-Man.
Watchmen's just okay.
Spider-Man, check it out. And I was like, what the hell is going on in this?
So which one did you pick for your number?
Scout Honor number 3?
Oh, man. I'm so far behind on that. I only read the first issue.
Where was the Marvel book in all this?
Yeah, didn't you read a Marvel book?
He bought Spider-Man. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought he said there was a Marvel book on his list somewhere.
Yeah,
No, I said I got a Marvel book this week.
I thought you had. That's what I thought you meant. This week I got one on my list.
Not on
He
my
tricked
list.
us both, Taylor.
Right.
Sorry.
Fucking tease.
Wasn't intentional. Well,
Tease.
you know, I don't usually get a lot of Marvel books to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so yeah, Scouts Honor, David Pepos. He's great.
Yeah. Basically, Kit is going through the trials of the Eagle Scouts to become a Eagle Ranger, and apparently, her best friend Dez has also managed to get into this, and only one can become a Ranger.
There can only
Highlander
be one.
meets Boy Scouts.
Yeah. But pretty much, Dez.
2 scouts enter, 1 scout leaves.
Boys and girls, it's dying time.
Yeah.
But the trials are pretty brutal from what I can tell, and they pretty much happen at the drop of a hat. The Scoutmaster pretty much drugs her and then pushes her in a well, and she has this whole episode where the ghost of her father or a vision of her father is telling her that she shouldn't have done what she's doing. She shouldn't have never joined the Scouts. She should have never tried to hide her true identity. And she comes to terms saying, "I'm sorry that everything happened to you, but I'm doing these things because I want you to be proud of me." And you know, they kind of reconcile, I guess. And in the end of it, we got this drone that knows all these secrets from the past, and she makes the Rangers, and then she ends up trying to steal information from the Rangers and gets caught. And the end of the issue is pretty much where she's being confronted by the Scoutmaster and the Eagle Guard.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but it's just but she's
fun, dude. I've heard it's a fun book.
It's a good book. There's a lot of the trials. One of the trials is you have to go to like a crashed space station and carry cargo up a mountain.
Weren't you a Boy Scout?
Yeah, I was.
See, that's why you like this.
And I did hike the Appalachian Trail. So yeah.
See, and you had to go up there and find UFO spaceships.
No, the only thing that's up there is a crashed helicopter.
Awesome.
Yeah. They actually use that as like a waypoint marker on the trail. There's yeah.
All right.
I'm not joking about that.
Scouts Honor. That's a good book. I'm gonna catch up on it after it's all out, man. I have to wait.
Probably will read better in a trade.
Yeah. Well, that's it, man. Some good books this week. I'm so glad there's a new Spider-Man book for us.
I thought for a second we were going to be a consensus 4 for 4.
I know that never happens. I thought for sure David had said he had a Marvel book on his list, and what other Marvel book would it be? But Spider-Man, of course. But oh well.
Shucks. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We appreciate it. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Outright Geekery. We're also on we're on all the social medias.
We're everywhere. We're like Santa Claus. We're watching you.
Go to patreon.com/Outright Geekery. Give us $1 if you want. That'd be great. Just a tip. And David will scream your name with pleasure.
I would.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm not watching anyone. I just want that to be like established here.
What? We haven't opened the OnlyFans yet. Outright Geekery /OnlyFans. Not yet, Taylor. When we do that, I will let you know.
We're that much closer, I guess.
We're that much closer.
Or Fansly.
Yeah. We got so much more shit going on. We do have tomorrow night show, Monday night show is the previews where we talk about all the new comics. Later this month, we got a Geek Tyrion collection where we're going to talk about Akira. So excited.
Tetsuo Rocket Man.
And we're also doing top 5 TV shows later this month. The Bullies got stuff going on. Their show is tonight at midnight. I will not be able to tune in live. But we also got Big Willie all throughout the week doing open reviews. What? Why do you always
I watched him this week, and it's some of the funniest stuff sometimes.
He's great.
He was like he had this artist on there. I think it was like Tex Allen, and he was like you know, I went into a coma. He's like, I had a boil that went septic, and I started feeling sick, and I dropped like a bag of potatoes on the floor, and I'm just like, and the art and Tex was just like, that's nice.
Whatever. I like listening to Big Willie do his.
It's just funny to listen to him sometimes. I'm just
make sure to tune in next week where we are going to talk about the greatest piece of cinema. Oh no, not that one. ever created, the Snyder Cut, and a little show called Falcon Winter Soldier.
Lipstick on a pig. Lipstick on a pig.
Okay, so yeah, one show I'm genuinely looking forward to, and another thing I might hate watch.
Why don't you be bold and just not watch it? I've already seen
it.
I probably won't. You
should at least watch, the first
hour.
Well,
I think to be perfectly fair, I don't think I can say that I've already seen it, because from what I hear, barely any of what he did made it into the theatrical.
Yeah,
release,
it's going to be
fair there.
It is going to be a brand new sort of movie, I think, just with the same characters. It's like if you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with one DM and then a different one. Same characters, just different.
They're using the same DM book.
I cannot wait. I'm very excited for both of these two.
Yeah, it's a good thing about it, like 2 DMs running the same module.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We're definitely going to bitch, piss, and moan about all of it. So thanks, everybody, for listening. But most of all, thanks for these 3 jokers hanging out with this joker.
You're welcome.
Anytime, man.
Thanks, guys. We're going to do it again next time.
Same Geek time, same Geek channel.
Because you had a Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Puke.